And we are live, guys. Welcome to the MPCA Dream Team. Thanks everyone for tuning in wherever you are in this internet world. It's very exciting because MPCA is, we've gone over 2 months now, and we're absolutely pumping 40,000 members or so. So we're very excited because 2017 is going just absolutely gangbusters, and so are the people that we've got on this panel. And I mean, they don't need introductions, but look, for the people that don't know who they are, we're gonna just do the round robin quickly. So Grandpa Dennis from Japan, if you could just quickly share some thoughts on you, a little bit about yourself, just in case those people don't know who you are.
Right. So just in case you don't know who I am, right? I usually appear by saying, hi, Dennis from Japan, or DennisHawkinsOnline, or a lot of people know me as Grandpa. And I got married kind of young. I've got a 15-year-old grandson and a 13-year-old granddaughter and about a 5-year-old granddaughter as well. Been in Japan approximately 40 years or so. Obviously, I like it here. Okay, I like the people. I like the food. I like the freedom of just being kind of like anonymous. You know, nobody like really bugs me or tries to pull me into their own particular type of circle. I got into Bitcoin, I would say, about a year ago, and I'm hooked on Bitcoin now. So when NG Gavin came around with this idea about Bitcoin in and Bitcoin out, I said, man, you got me hooked. Okay, I'm ready to go. So yeah, that's it basically. I'm in Japan. I'm living the life I want to live, and I'm doing it Bitcoin style.
Great stuff, Dennis. Great stuff. And you're always on the webinar, so thanks for jumping on tonight, buddy. A person that doesn't need any introduction, the Julio Iglesias of Rev Shares. Logan, how are you? If you could just,
hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Just for you guys that are watching this webinar, that you're on here for the first time, and you might have seen the graphic for the the Photoshop. What I did was I just put Dennis there, just threw Tony there, myself there. But then when I came to Logan, I spent a whole minute just on his hair, just to get it right.
That's much more than I spend on my hair, in a week, probably in a whole week. It just, whatever it does, I just put some gel and that's it. I'm done with it. If it were up to me, I would keep it really short, but my wife hates that, so I have to let it grow a little.
So like, for obviously people that don't know who you are, if you could just quick rundown of yourself.
Tony is the one who gave me that Julio Iglesias of RevShares name. I don't know. I didn't think I had that silky voice, Maybe he hasn't heard Julio really. So, but yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of RevShares, and I'm in both MPA and MPCA, same company. We're all together here in the Dream Team. I'm a big Bitcoin supporter. I've been in it only for about a year myself, but I understand how, where the world finances are going, how things are with the fiat currencies that we use on a daily basis. And that's why I love Bitcoin. I expect this year to become more of a world kind of free citizen, and Bitcoin is definitely a way to go if that's something that you want to do. And, like most of us here, all of us here, I expect that Bitcoin is just going to be going up in the long term. So that's why I'm in MPCA.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, stranger to Rev Shares anyway. You know the deal. And now with Bitcoin, with MPCA, the first. Well, I'm not sure if it was the first Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, but it's definitely the first successful Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out Rev Share. And actually, we've just got another special guest that have just jumped on board. I'm not sure if you can hear us. Are you there, Akina?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for jumping on board this webinar. I know it was short notice, and I know you just woke up. Akina, if you could just let the people know who you are, a little bit about yourself, and just in case they don't know who you are.
Okay. Thank you, Inga. Thank you for for the quick invitation. My name is Ikenna from Nigeria, from the eastern part of the country, and I've been in this space for quite some number of years, some experience. And well, let's say it's working. I don't know. Should I go straight to the point and enumerate what you asked me?
Well, we're going to touch on that in a second, but
okay.
But mainly, if you could just let people know, like how long you've been on online, or how long you've been in rev shares and that sort of thing.
Okay. Like I said before, I'm Ikenna from Nigeria, and I've been in online marketing for approximately 5 years now. And my niche is a revenue sharing company, understand? So that's where I'm based. And I would like to say, for most of the years, I have experienced a kind of phenomenal growth. It's been encouraging me to so many people online, and I never regret it for one day. Honestly, I never regret it. It's good, and I've been working with so many good companies like MPCA, My24, and other companies, and they're really good. I must say, they're good.
Excellent. Thanks for jumping on board, because Ikenna, you know a lot about Bitcoin in Nigeria, so I wanted to, you're my go-to guy with that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to get you on board, and I'm glad you could jump on today. Thanks for the short notice I gave you. So guys, I'm just going to quickly go through the stats. You guys probably know the stats, but for new people that are just jumping on board or having a look at MPCA for the first time, that you're looking at 1,800 Bitcoin already paid out, and we've reached over 43,000 people. So that's phenomenal growth in just 60, I don't know how many days, 60 or 70 days. I think it's over 70 days. Phenomenal growth, and our Alexa is dropping constantly, so more and more people hitting the website. So happy days. The Bitcoin price is 923 today. It's been fluctuating, but it's coming back. It's slowly gaining. When we had that big dip earlier on in the year, but it's coming back strong. So it's Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, guys. So the price of Bitcoin, as the price of Bitcoin goes up, obviously the value of it goes up, and that is a direct in correlation with Bitcoin. So you earn more without even doing anything. So what I wanted to this is a question we get asked all the time about Bitcoin wallets and Bitcoin debit cards. So I thought I'd just go over this topic, because it's a topic that we get asked all the time, and there's all different people from all different parts of the world. So everyone's different. One wallet is not applicable to another wallet because the countries are not. So this is a good opportunity for those people in different countries to watch this webinar, and then you'll be able to get in touch with some of these experts on this panel to inquire about how to get Bitcoin in your country. So Dennis, I wanted to go to you first. You're in Japan. What wallet do you use? What's the best way to buy Bitcoin in Japan?
Right. So I'm glad, first of all, that you emphasized that each area is a bit different. There's not one wallet that fits all. In Japan, we use what's called CoinCheck. That's the most popular wallet. It'd be something like the equivalent of Coinbase or Coinpayments if you were not in Japan. But CoinCheck is what all my team uses. We use it as well. We, meaning my wife and I. And that's where we buy our Bitcoin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to go on to the debit card that we use?
No, we're going to touch on that in a second.
Okay.
How do they fund CoinCheck? Like, is it through a debit? Is it through a bank card? Is it through their credit card? How does that work?
All right. Well, when we were novices and funding our Bitcoin, we really did not know that there were other options that it could be done more cheaply with, and actually safer and actually faster. At first, we used our credit card, right? And then the charge was kind of high. So we kind of balked at that. And then somebody said, why don't you use the Japanese post office bank? It's much cheaper. I said, okay, how much cheaper? About half. Half is cheap. So now what we do is we We put our money into the Japanese post office. It's a post office bank. And then that money goes right into CoinCheck, okay? And then it sits there until we're ready to buy Bitcoin. And I mean, we can buy it within 2 or 3 minutes. Like we see the price go a certain way. Like when it dropped down to 7.75, we almost got it at 7.75. We got it at 7.80, which is still not bad. And then our friends got it under $800, all because they had that money through the Japanese post office bank into their CoinCheck wallet and ready to go. Right, just sitting there.
Wow, so they've just made money literally just sitting there, even not even putting it to MPA.
Yeah.
Over $120, $130, $40 US.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. Because I get a few people asking me about Japan as well. So it is a topic that we might touch on that a little bit later. Logan, what is your obviously where are you? What country are you in, and what do you use?
I'm in Southern Europe, and Europe is more or less unified, and similar. The way I like you, I use Zappo, but I haven't really funded it much as far as funding goes. But by the time I was getting into Bitcoin, there was already money kind of coming in, so I didn't need to deal with funding it. One of the options that we have here that not everybody has is Bitcoin machines or Bitcoin ATMs, or should I say, sorry, Kenna, your mic I think is loud. One of the options is to go to I call them BTMs, Bitcoin teller machines. So that's an inexpensive way to deal with that for some of us. My machine is only, I think, 4%, and it's wonderful. You just go there, you scan your QR code, and you put the euros in, and the money arrives to your account very, very quickly. I know that just across the border here I'm in Slovenia, right in Croatia, there's a machine, the same machine, and I think it's 10%, So it depends. It's really like Dennis said, you have to kind of look at what your options are. I know that, local Bitcoin, what's it called? Local Bitcoins, right? That's an option for a lot of people, and I'll talk a little more about how these different accounts how they differ, the types of funding, because you can use a credit card, but there's usually a fee. I mean, you can't avoid the fee really, so you just got to kind of look around and find the best between the fee and the timing of your purchase. Again, if you're going into MPCA, your Bitcoin is going to grow. So whether you're going to spend 1,000 or 900, it's a difference, but you're in it for the long run. And same if you're buying Bitcoins to hold, if you're that kind of a like you would have gold, to preserve, or that kind of long-term investor. That timing is not that crucial. You're not really being a trader, Mike.
I get a lot of questions asked about the time of the Bitcoin, when to buy, and I just say, look, it's a long-term strategy. Just buy now; it's going to go up if you look at it long term. But probably one of the most questions I get asked is, how do I buy? I don't know whether it's I don't know why, but there must be like a lot of Nigerians out there that want to get Bitcoin. So how do you get Bitcoin? For everyone that's watching this, how does someone in Nigeria get Bitcoin?
Okay, thank you. First of all, Bitcoin is not yet approved in Nigeria. It's not yet approved. So, but we have some of the exchanges here in Nigeria, some of the trusted ones, because we have many of them, many fake of them, but we have some of the trusted ones that we use here in Nigeria. For instance, we have sites like instantgo.ng. Personally, I have used them. They are okay. We have ejamexchange.com. They're also good. We have standardgoodng.com. These are some of the exchanges that I can recommend to anybody. But here is the process. You have to go to the website, you register on the website. Then you have to pay in the equivalent of Bitcoin you want to buy in Nigeria local currency. That is the equivalent. Then you now give them your wallet address. They are going to fund your wallet within the 24 hours. You understand? So that's the process. And also, this is also the process by which we do buy and sell to them. So if you are selling to them, you have to just contact them. You also send them to the Bitcoin, the amount you want to sell to them. Automatically, they're going to pay you within 24 hours to your local bank account, because Bitcoin is not yet approved. Some of the wallets, they are not yet approved here in Nigeria. And also, should I go on and talk about based on the wallet that we use here in Nigeria?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
So with the banking, I'm not sure if people understand. With just say that you have to, you're going to buy some Bitcoin, you have to physically send money to their bank account. Is that right?
Yeah. You have to physically send money to your bank account. Based on our own currency here, you have to physically go to the bank and deposit into their bank, their local bank account. Then you now through the platform, through their website, you're not sending your wallet address. You understand? They are going to fund the equivalent to your Bitcoin address. So it's very simple. And some of the Bitcoin wallet that is good for here in Nigeria, for Nigerians, I recommend Coinbase. It's very, very user friendly. I've been using them, no problem. And blockchain is also good. This is my two top wallet that I use here in Nigeria, and I haven't encountered any problems since then. Some people do use Coinpayment. It's also good, but based on my experience, I recommend Coinbase and blockchain. They are good, but anybody can use Coinpayment. You understand? But this is just a trade that is okay, that anybody can use.
Oh, great. That's fantastic. Now, I had a question from someone the other day that they said that when they have the Bitcoin, people are skeptical to change it back to the Nigeria. How do they say it? Naira or something? Is that the coin?
Yeah, that's the currency, Naira. Yeah.
Is that true? Like what they have Bitcoin, but then they don't want to. They're skeptical to change it back into Naira. Is it because of the value of that, or what's the?
No. Okay, let's say for instance, some of the exchanges here, if you are buying from them, for instance, if you are buying Bitcoin from them, you buy at higher rate. But if you are selling to them, you sell at cheaper rate. That is just the market, you understand? So it depends on the person that want to sell, because we that is in the market, we actually understand how it works. You understand? So the most important is for you to buy the Bitcoin and use it to invest in business for you to make more profit. Then you can now sell back to them. You understand? But sometimes, people just buy for buying sake and leave it in their wallet. And maybe when the market frustrates and go down, they were afraid to sell because they are going to lose. You understand? So they haven't actually understand what they are going to use the Bitcoin to do, because when it comes to, let's say, internet marketing, we here in Nigeria, they are not yet exposed than other countries. I must be sincere here. So that is where they are getting it all wrong. But personally, if you are buying from them, you have to buy at high rate, because you are buying from the black market. You understand? Because we are not. Let's say the country here is not. They are not supported to buy Bitcoin through our local bank or through our credit card or kind of stuff. So that's just a difference. Maybe they don't understand very well. They just need a kind of like a tutoring for them to understand how Bitcoin works and to know how where they can invest it. So that they can make more profit. So that's it.
Yeah, okay, great. Thank you for that information. If anyone wants to know more about Bitcoin and how to buy it from Nigeria, just go to Ikena. I ask him all the time. But yeah, I guess when you have a country that is not officially recognized, or they don't allow Bitcoin, that can be an issue with people, their confidence. Dennis, how do you get now that you've got your wallet, you've told us how you fund your Bitcoin wallet. If you're in Japan, you use the national Japanese bank, the bank you use. Now, what do you do when you want to take the money out? Obviously, we make the money, now we want to get out and spend it. How do you do it?
Okay, well, the way that I like doing it is first having it in my debit card, because I don't really take it out. What I do is I use that debit card to buy anything I want. That means food, gasoline, electricity, water, anything that I could buy with a credit card, I can buy in Japan with my Bitcoin debit card. Anything. Restaurant, boom, paid. So I don't like take out the cash, because to me it doesn't make any sense, because I got to pay a fee to take out the cash. Then I pay the restaurant. I just let them swipe the card, and then they're going to take that Bitcoin equivalent and change it to yen, right? And it's a cheaper percentage if I do it that way than if I go and take it out in cash, because it's gonna cost $5 to get it out in cash. Okay, so I just use the debit card. Put the Bitcoin on the debit card. Use the debit card when I purchase anything.
So basically it'll just be like a normal card, like FPOS card. We use FPOS in Australia, and it's just, but the way you fund it is you fund it with Bitcoin, yeah?
Precisely. Now what we found, and particularly what my wife found, was if she said, this is a debit card and it's got Bitcoin on it, they wouldn't even swipe it.
Yes. Yeah.
But she just says, they say, okay, this is how much the meal is. She just hands them the card. They go, thank you, here's your receipt. We're out of there.
Yeah. They don't. I mean, in fact, it's all the same as a card. It's all, and there's no difference. So they don't need to know. But basically, what you're saying is you've got a card that the value of the money that's in that card, when the price of Bitcoin goes up, it gets larger. Correct?
Well, that's what's interesting, because my wife watches her charts, all day long, all night long. And when that Bitcoin price changes, she wakes up with a smile on her face, says, let's go have lunch. And then she whips out the Bitcoin debit card. And I'm going, geez, that came out of her purse pretty fast. Well, but you know what? We just made $200 or something like that. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
So that's a great time to go and spend some money then, isn't it? Because it's all free.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. It's not only free, you're like getting paid to go to lunch.
That's awesome. That's what I really wanted to talk about, the connection and how it all works, and so then people can get an understanding. And I know that this is just a basic sort of understanding of it, how we just talk about it now. But if they wanted to know more about Bitcoin and someone in Japan, they can contact you, and then you can go in detail with the process, right?
Well, it's like our friend in Nigeria. Okay, it's a mindset. I'm sure he notices a lot how people's mindsets are set up. Now, if they're set up in a way that they're willing to pay that higher amount, right, and get into Bitcoin and start to enjoy the benefits of that, fine. But if they're like, ooh, no, I wait. Well, then you wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a mindset thing first, and then the benefit comes later once you realize the value of what Bitcoin can do for your life, right? Your financial life.
Yeah. I see it as just basically $100 bill in your back pocket, and it increases over time. It gets to 110, 120, 130, and that's just my opinion. So Logan, Dennis said that he doesn't actually take it out, he just uses it as a swipe card. How do you do it? How do you make, we know that you're doing well online. What do you do?
Well, I don't want to talk about it too much because that's your card also. I'll leave that for you. I also use a Zappo card, and I withdraw it. I do sometimes when I notice the price kind of going wildly like it did a week ago and 2 weeks ago, and I would just wait. I'm like, well, let me wait a couple of days. It was like, 780. I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait, and then suddenly Bitcoin was like 900, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go withdraw some money now. So I don't like to use my card. I don't like to swipe it, for whatever security reasons or just using a card. And I'm not sure with Zappo that, because there is a charge per transaction and so on. But there are different limits. Like you can actually spend more money. There is a higher limit on a point of purchase than there is on a withdrawal. So, maybe the fee is smaller. I'm not sure, but that's definitely, it's always going to come back to check those fees and look at everything and make it work for you. I like cash as it is now. Generally, I'm a fan of cash, and that works for me. And also keep in mind, not all the cards work the same. I don't know about. I know Dennis has a Wirex card now. I thought that Zappo is really the only card, and maybe Wirex is now too, where you actually kind of sell the Bitcoins at the time of purchase, which is probably what you're dealing with, Dennis, right? A lot of cards you have to load. You know, like if you had a Paysar, STP, or any of these cards, it's a painful process. It costs money. It can take 5 days to load your own card from your own account. Ridiculous. And then they charge you for loading and for spending it. It's like awful. You know, when Bitcoin came, it was like, oh my God, finally. And not only that, but you know, you're basically selling your Bitcoin at the moment of purchase. You're not selling it in advance and then moving the money to the, you know, fiat account. No, it doesn't work like that. So I'm happy about that. I just want to add to the previous conversation of buying and funding. You know, we you know, in our space, we have a lot of questions from the people in the US. And, you know, as mentioned, Coinbase is still the easiest, the best way to buy. You know, there are some limitations, but if you do have a bank account, if you have a Visa card, it's going to make your life easier to do that. Now, a blockchain wallet also just recently added the ability to buy both through bank transfer or with a credit card. Both are fairly fast. And I think I had something on the list. No, I mean, this I just wanted to mention for the US people because options are much more limited over there. They can't do everything. But sometimes you can combine things. You know, maybe you can open one wallet to purchase and then move the Bitcoins to the one where you want to spend it and so on. There are different ways of doing that.
Yeah, there's so many ways. I've got a lot of wallets, and I use, like what you said, exactly. I use one to fund it, and then I use one to take it out. The one that I use is XAPO, and when I have funds in Coinpayments, Coinbase, or whatever, local Bitcoins is what I purchased initially to start buying my Bitcoins, and that's just like an exchange platform. It's got it's backed.
Oops, I can't hear you. They have an escrow. NJ, I can't hear you. Your mic went out. Local Bitcoins does work with an escrow account, so that is pretty cool. Let's see if we can get you back. Can you guys hear him? Dennis, can you hear NG, or is it just me? No. Okay. All right. Well, we'll give you a minute to try and figure out what's wrong with your mic. Hey. So yeah, you use. Did you ever use local Bitcoins for purchasing? Do you have that in Nigeria?
Yeah. Some people use it, but personally, I haven't used it because some of the exchanges is more easier for me to use. So that's not about me going through the local Bitcoin and passing through the whole process. You understand? To me, it's a long process because I can just fund with it through the exchanges instantly because already I'm a regular customer. So sometimes everything happens within 2 hours. You understand? Sometimes within 30 minutes or 1 hour. So they just fund because I'm already a regular customer. So there's no need of me going to the local Bitcoin to transact. It's a long process.
Yeah. Well, that is a good option for a lot of people, local Bitcoins, because they set up an escrow account. They do take a percentage for doing that, but they do give you safety. You are dealing with an individual somewhere, but there is a safety that they provide.
Yeah, awesome. Can you hear me, Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Yeah, what I do is actually I've been asking all these questions and I haven't even been talking about what I do. I use XAPO. I fund through local Bitcoins, and then I use XAPO to take my money out in Chiang Mai. And this card is I think it's about 20 USD to buy it, or you can just get it flown to DHL to you for about 75 USD, and then I just take what I do is just so you guys know, and I made this mistake when I first started. When you shift the Bitcoin out of Coinbase, Coinpayments, or whatever wallet you're using to your XAPO wallet, it goes into your default wallet, and that's it. You don't have to do anything, because what Logan said before, it's the same as what with Dennis's card. When you spend the Bitcoin, the exchange happens when you withdraw it. So you don't have to do prior to changing it to fiat. So you can just load this Bitcoin up, just put Bitcoin in it in the default wallet, put it into ATM machine, pull the cash out. It'll go out in your obviously your country. If I'm in Thailand, and pull it out in baht, and it does the exchange on the fly as you do the withdrawal. So have a look at the withdrawal fees. But this is the card I use. It's awesome. And one last thing, yeah, I there's so much thinking about it, but this card, look at the fees, 3%, and I think it's a certain percentage. But it'll come back to me. But that's what I use, guys. So I think Akina, we already did we go to what you were going to do with how you take them funds out or how you spend Bitcoin?
Okay, like I said, all my transactions are through the exchanges. Like today, I sold $500 worth of Bitcoin. It's happened within 2 hours. As soon as they received the Bitcoin, they just updated my account because already they have my bank details. So that's the best way to transact. You understand? So it's more easier for me because we don't have the ATM card we don't have the ATM card that we can withdraw to the card that we can use to withdraw to our ATM card here. You understand? So I'm sorry, ATM machine. So we don't have the card yet in Nigeria. Although the government, they're still on the process of approving, Bitcoin. We hope that they come up with a good decision.
Yeah. Okay. I got you now. Yep. So yeah, you just convert it back to your local currency and use your normal card that is in your bank because they put the funds in your bank. Do you know any cards, or do you know any other Nigerians that use a Bitcoin card apart from your bank? Like, do you know any other Nigerians, say, in another countries that use a debit card and they have to use, like, for example, XOP? You don't know anyone that might do that?
No. I don't know anyone. Personally, I have tried to find it as a way that I can figure out those things, but I haven't found a way. You understand? I'm just trying to find if there's a way that I can use card, to withdraw through Bitcoin through the ATM machine. But I haven't found any. I'm still searching.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people want to know that, because then they can be anywhere in the world. They can use any type of Bitcoin card that allows Nigerians, and then happy days,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So look, that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on. It was because it's a question that I get all the time, and you guys might get it all the times. And there's a large population that is online is from Africa, and we need to recognize this because they're coming online and they just need education, introduced to Bitcoin, and it's a huge market that's untapped, I feel, because I get a lot of Nigerians contact me. So there you go. Now that's how you do it, guys. So thanks, Kina, for touching on that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Do you have any sort of tips or any last words, Dennis, that you could maybe recommend, or do you have anything that you want to share yourself?
Well, yeah, just a last thought is, don't rush into it, okay? Don't feel you have to do anything in a hurry. Like if you're in Nigeria, for example, speak to like Ikena. He can guide you in a direction that is safe, and you will go to bed at night thinking, okay, my money's fine, right? It's not going to disappear when I wake up tomorrow morning. Right. So my last words and thoughts is just take your time with it. Educate yourself and speak to people who know what they're doing. They've got experience with it. And then you can, in a relaxed, safe, common sense way, get into Bitcoin and get yourself set up in that way. That's my final thought.
All right. Thanks, Dennis. Thank you. Logan, do you have anything that you might want to share from your country, or any final thoughts on the wallets or debit cards?
Well, I think again, when selecting, you know, which one to get or which, however many to get, you do need to consider all three of these. You know, how you're going to fund it, where your money is coming from, what works for you, what's available to you, how you're going to withdraw it. Again, not all cards can be used. You know, Zappo's a great card, but you can't get it in the US. Coinbase does have a shift card, so anybody in the US can use that. There is no Circle is not available anymore, so you can use that. You can't use Wirex in the US, unfortunately. I think it used to be available. So you really have to check the list of countries that the card can be shipped to. And then between those two, it's like how you use your wallet. You know, some wallets, like I find the Zappo wallet to be kind of clunky. You know, I don't like it for daily use. I mean, yeah, I use it a few times a day. It's fine. But if you're a heavy user, if you're going to have money coming from different directions, a blockchain wallet is a great wallet because you can assign names, and you know, you can use, like, organize your, you know, Coinbase has improved also. You can organize your wallet, use different wallets for receiving money from different places, because people are often, oh, I got this money, I have no idea where it came from. You know, it's a good problem to have, but it's nice to know where it came from, and it's easier to organize in some of these. So you really need to consider all this. And you know, as you mentioned yourself, and maybe you'll be using several of them. You know, there's I wrote down CryptoPay is also another card, and SpectroCoin. These are two others that do come with cards. And then if you're in India, I think ZebPay is the one. And there's I just forgot. I know in Australia, CoinJar.
Yep.
Unocoin.
I think
They don't give you Unocoin. That's right. But CoinJar doesn't give you a hash number. If you need to send the hash to confirm, you don't get. I don't know, that I find really weird. So, you know, there's intricacies, there's specifics to each one of them. The best thing is ask people in your area, in your country, people who are funding the same way, people who are withdrawing the same way, or ask. You have to get educated. There's no one card that, you know, we all love Zappo, but it may not work for everybody. Same with funding. You know, you can only do like a SEPA transfer that we can do here in Europe. I don't know if that works worldwide. Maybe it's more expensive, you know. So all that needs to be considered. So yeah, educate yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I particularly use every wallet that I can get my hands on. I open up an account, because then again, you know, I like to look at everything, because then I can shift Bitcoin, I can take Bitcoin out this way, that way. And I'm knowledgeable on everything. So there's no, you know, people ask, what's the best coin? Exactly what we went over tonight. What's the best wallet? Each going to differ from each country, each person. So you just have to, you know, take the knowledge that you know, get in touch with these people on the panel, and they'll help you. But then don't just limit yourself. You know, keep your options open. Akina, do you have any final thoughts on maybe Bitcoin, people in Nigeria, or a debit card or anything?
Yeah. What I would tell you, know, I do tell people this, you know, that after some time, it's like I have some couple of them, you know, on my WhatsApp page, you know, I do educate them on this Bitcoin. And after the tutorial, and what I do suggest to them is for them to go to YouTube and watch videos on Bitcoin, learn how they can open wallets and so many things, you know, because that is where I started. You know, we have a lot of content there where they can learn step-by-step method on any wallet, you understand? On any wallet, so that they can open it and also make use of them, you know, on how they can fund it. But another thing is this, you know, they should also look out for leaders and see what they do. It's very, very important, you know, and see how they follow up on their transaction and on the kind of payment wallet that they use. But the most important thing I suggest to them is for them to go to YouTube and watch videos, because we have a lot of free content there, you know, without paying for it, you know, or reading a kind of, you know, ebooks that doesn't make any sense. So YouTube is the best place I do suggest to them. And then you always, you know, provide value and content to the market. That's the only way they can be noticed. You know, that's how we started. That is what, you know, Angie is also talking about, providing content to the market. So that's what I have to say to them, you know. But for we Nigerians, they should go to YouTube. The YouTube is the main place. It's the main place. That is where I started. That is where I learned everything. I must be sincere. So they should go to YouTube. If they have any question, they should hit any of us up, you know, I'll be free to help. You know, we are here to help. We are in this space to help everybody. And also, I would say this, you know, some of the people that are in the Western world, you know, we Africans, especially here in Nigeria, when it comes to internet business, they don't believe in it, you know. They believe in physical business, the tangible business they are seeing. They don't believe that you can make money through the internet, you understand? They believe that everything is a scam. It's all based on mindset, like, you know, Logan said, it's all based on mindset, you know, because let's say I have harnessed the internet very well. I know what the internet have done for me, the people I met online, let's say the monetary aspect of it and so many other things. So it's all about mindset, you know. You have to change the mindset. Is a very powerful thing. When you change your mindset, you can make anything work out, you understand? So this is just my word. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, Akina, definitely, you know, and that's why I got you on, because you're very big on videos and mindset, and your example of someone from your country. You know, if you follow the right people, have the right mindset, you can get so much further ahead by just adopting these new technologies. And but thanks for coming on board such short notice. So thanks very much, mate. So get back to Akina. If you want anything to do with Nigerian Bitcoin, see him and he'll guide you in the right direction. If you want to know anything about pretty much anything, just see Logan, because he knows it all. And Japan, if you want to spend money and eat your sushi with just a swipe of a card, you just see Dennis. He loves his sushi, and I think and his wife likes spending his money. So that's great, as long as you're making a lot of Bitcoin. And lastly, you obviously get back to the people that referred you this webinar. I know Akina's not from our team, but I asked him to jump on board. He's also in the MPCA, so see him. You know, he's definitely added some value. So thanks for coming on board. Obviously, Logan, Dennis, you guys are in our team. So the reason why, actually, I probably should have told you this in the beginning. The reason why we're discussing Bitcoin is because it's the first question that gets asked when you want to join MPCA. So now that you have a good idea of, you know, how to buy Bitcoin, because MPCA is just Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. So get back to the people that showed you this webinar. Guys, I really want to thank everyone for adding some value today. And it really was specific information pertaining to the actual country, because it's a big world out there. It's not just America. It's not just, you know, Europe. It's not just Australia. There's a lot of countries that make up the majority, you know. So thanks everyone for jumping on board. Get back to the person that showed you this webinar, and that's it, guys. Thanks very much. See you guys later on.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.